So this is how to field strip, clean, and reassemble your AR-15. So the first thing we're going to do is eject the mag, pull back on the charging handle, visually and manually inspect the chamber to make sure we're clear. We'll go ahead and flip the rifle over, and we'll go ahead and punch in these 2 takedown pins in the lower receiver. These will punch out from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of the weapon. From here, your upper and lower will separate, and for the lower receiver here, that's actually the entire field strip process, so we'll go ahead and set that aside, and draw our attention to the upper. To disassemble the upper, we're going to go ahead and pull on this charging handle towards the rear of the weapon. From here, the bolt carrier group will drop out, and if you put a little downward pressure on the charging handle, she'll drop out as well. Once you have the bolt carrier group out of the gun, you are going to want to disassemble this. You're going to go ahead and find the fire pin retaining pin, and with your finger or a small tool, you're going to go ahead and remove this pin. After removing this pin, the firing pin should drop out of the bolt carrier group. To get that bolt and cam pin out, you're going to go ahead and depress the bolt into the bolt carrier group. Rotate this cam pin so it is kind of more longitudinal there, and then it should lift out of the bolt carrier group. The bolt should now pull out freely from the front, and now your entire bolt carrier group is disassembled. So at this point, we have the entire AR field stripped. We have our lower, our upper, charging handle, bolt carrier group, bolt, firing pin, cam pin, and firing pin retaining pin. Next, we're going to grab our cleaning kit. Today, we're using the ProShot 556-223 cleaning kit. This guy has absolutely everything we need to clean this firearm. So we're going to start by grabbing our CLP and our brush. We're going to go ahead and drop some down in the lower receiver, in and around this chamber of the upper, on both sides of the charging handle, on the bolt, the cam pin, the firing pin, a little on the firing pin retaining pin, and inside and on the bolt carrier group. We'll grab our brush and hit every one of these parts with a good scrub. Next, we'll draw our attention back to the upper. From our kit, we're going to go ahead and grab the cleaning rods and this copper jag so we can clean the barrel. I am going to go ahead and drip just a little CLP in that chamber and down the barrel, and then we'll go ahead and run this copper brush through a few times. Our next and final cleaning step is to use either a cotton jag or some cleaning patches to run through the barrel, making sure it's clean. Luckily for us, they both come in this ProShot kit. So we'll go ahead and run our patch through the barrel a couple of times till she comes out the other side clean. At this point, our rifle is fully field stripped and cleaned, but before we put it back together, I do like to go ahead and hit everything one time around with a cleaning cloth just to make sure all the dirt, grime, and excess CLP is wiped off. And this silicone cloth actually comes in that ProShot kit we've been using. We'll go ahead and reassemble our bolt carrier group. We'll go ahead and grab the bolt and insert it into the bolt carrier. And through this opening right here, you're going to line up this hole in the bolt with this hole in the bolt carrier group. Once that's all lined up, you'll go ahead and grab your cam pin, and in this orientation, insert it into that hole where we lined everything up. Once that cam pin's in, you're going to want to pull that bolt forward and rotate the cam pin so that the longer edge is this way oriented to the bolt carrier group. From here, you're going to be able to drop your firing pin into the rear of the BCG. And the last step is just going to be to insert your firing pin retaining pin into this side of the BCG, locking everything in place. To reassemble the upper, you're going to grab your charging handle, and in this orientation, place it inside the rear of the upper receiver and take it to the top. You'll see that sits in place just like that. We'll go ahead and grab our bolt carrier group, and lining this up with the charging handle and the rear of the receiver, insert the BCG and slam her home. Next, we'll grab our lower, lining up the holes in the upper with these slots and takedown pins on the lower. Pushing these together just like that. We'll go ahead and push our takedown pins in, and now our AR is fully assembled. For a real quick function check, rack that charging handle to the rear, push her forward, take the weapon off of safe, pull the trigger, trigger breaks. While keeping your finger depressed on the trigger, bring that charging handle to the rear again, drop it forward, trigger resets, and trigger breaks again. We'll go ahead and reinsert our mag, and that's all there is to it, folks. Our AR-15 has been field stripped, cleaned, reassembled, and function checked.